Hey guys, what's up? It's Legendary Gamer and welcome back to another video, I suppose. This video is going to be kind of different. If you wonder why, is because, well, this is The Last of Us Part 2 spoilers, or pretty much everything about The Last of Us 2, or just in general. So, if this is on your For You page or recommended, and you actually don't want spoilers, or you want to watch ASMR or some shit, just keep scrolling. Thank you. Now that everyone's probably gone by now, we're going to be talking about the evolution of Ellie, Joel, Abby, as well as a few new characters and actors and everything involved. If you're wondering why I picked, because I screenshot it, I don't know if y'all saw it, I hope you did. Let's do normal difficulty. Fuck it. So, but in all seriousness, I was going to cut clips from the actual gameplay, the quarantine zone, Seattle Day 3 and all that stuff, but for some reason, well, I would actually, but it'd be kind of hard. I know it's a lazy way out, but the reason why I picked this is because so I don't have to like talk and do the game at the same time, if you know what I mean, because there's 3 people, everyone, you know, goes up once. But but there are 2 toss-ups, so I guess I'll make this intro a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and if you guys are having a good day, I'm happy. So, yeah. I know it. It's fresh water sharks. But anyway, though, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you guys are having a great day, great. I'm happy. I really am. If you're not, if you're having a good day, okay, good. Hopefully that day gets better. And, you know, if it's not a good day at all, I just want to say I'm sorry and I hope you feel better. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about real quick before I get into this. Oh, by the way, there isn't really a timestamp where you can skip, but skip towards about the 3...
Looks like you're ready to solve.
Okay, I know this. It's cheesy grits. Let's go. But no, anyway though, skip to about the 3:30 part, and that's where I'm going to talk about spoilers and Naughty Dog and Activision and all those games. So yeah, just skip to about that timestamp, probably, and I should be talking about that. But thank you so much for watching. If you don't know about The Last of Us, okay, I would usually say, oh my fucking god. I would usually say, like, oh, hi, ninja, or whatever. But no, I guess we'll get straight into this. This video probably will be kind of long, so if it is, I do apologize. And sorry if I couldn't put the clips together of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. I was originally going to do that and split clips from the scenes I mentioned. However, I don't know how to do that exactly because, well, I'm not going to do this for a living. Or if I do, then, well, shit, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. So anyway, yeah. But there is one thing, but now that everyone should be gone, unless you just want to watch it for fun, here are some spoilers in my opinion about The Last of Us, or Last of Us Part 2, or just The Last of Us in general. So, we're going to start off with The Last of Us original. Now, back from 2012, we had Ashley Johnson. If you don't know who she is, she played Ellie Morrison, I think. I don't know her last name. And then Troy Baker played Joel Miller. Rest in peace. And yes, he does die. Tragic shit. I probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, I did warn you at the very beginning. He dies. I'll explain it towards the end. So basically, we can see the evolution of Ellie, a small town girl who, well, has no access. She basically has no contact with her father. We don't know if she's alive or dead yet. We do know the mom is alive in the first edition. Now, there are multiple games of The Last of Us, and I'll explain why there is. So just stay tuned. But yeah, thank you for watching this long video. I don't know how long it's going to be, so yeah. But The Last of Us was made by it's manufactured by Naughty Dog. If you guys don't know who they are, they made The Last of Us, they made Uncharted series, which, go fuck with, by the way, they're good. However, it is only available on PlayStation. That is one con, but I mean, otherwise it's really good. So anyway, back in 2012, all these actors and people were manufacturing The Last of Us. There were many protagonists in the game. You have
500.
You have Ellie, you have Tess, you have Joel, you have Sam, you have Henry, you have a lot. I guess we'll get into this. A lot of spoilers, heads up. And I'm gonna mention everyone, and people that Ellie killed, or people, or villains, protagonists, antagonists, stuff like that. So, yeah. So first off, I want to start with Joel. Now, Joel, I'm probably not going to be talking about too much, or I might, but anyway, here we go. So Joel Miller, a 6-foot single man, basically is stuck in the quarantine zone, and that's like the first mission sector chapter, or anything in The Last of Us. Heads up, there is a remastered edition, but there's not really any difference, even though it does come with a Left Behind DLC, which was made in 2014, of course. But however, we cannot really...
550.
I do not really know a lot about that. But anyway, though, here we go. So basically, he's well, to describe him, he's a nice person. He's tall, of course. He's about 6 feet tall, muscled, heavy built, good guy. Has a daughter, actually. There was no mention of his wife, and an older brother named Tommy Miller. Now, his daughter Sarah, unfortunately, spoiler alert, is in the first one, but not in the second one. If you're wondering what happened, or why they do it, or just, sorry, it's lacking, or really who was Sarah. Sarah was Joel's daughter, and towards the end of the chapter, we can see... Towards the end of the game, we can see Ellie is lost because, well, spoiler alert, she loses 2 people that she was close to, or really just trusted a lot. So then she felt pain. Joel basically was like, "You have no idea what loss is." Well, and here's the sad part, and this is true. She says, "I know you may have lost some." Wait, no, excuse me. She says, "I've lost people too, Joel. You think you're the only one?" And, well, it's sad, unfortunately, because, well, Joel loses his daughter, Sarah, due to someone shooting her, which is fucked up, by the way. Basically, she was shot. She literally did nothing, and they fucking killed her. So, because they thought she was turning, because, like, by that, they thought she was infected, but she wasn't, because she hurt her leg, because Tommy lost control of the car, ending up hurting Sarah, and then she gets killed because, well, she gets wounded, and if the soldier didn't spot her, well, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm kind of stuttering, this is kind of weird for me. I have nothing written down, I'm just speaking from my mind. But as you can see, Joel was very close to Sarah. Sarah gave him a watch, and then towards the end of The Last of Us Part 2, where Ellie, well, at the very end, we can see that pretty much, we can see that... Oh wait, I already know it. Fuck it, I'm solving it. So basically, we can... I can't even speak. Okay, so basically we can definitely see the relationship between Sarah and Joel, and Ellie and Joel. And here's the thing, remember when I mentioned Joel died? Yeah, he actually died. I believe it was part 4. It was... He gets beat up with a golf club. What the fuck? There's no way. That has to be it. That has to be it, though. What else can it fucking be? But Joel gets beat up with a golf club, but to be honest, we least expected it, but we did expect it. So back in the first edition, well, there are 2 editions. There's the regular and the remastered edition, which comes with the Left Behind DLC. But you need to bear in mind now that Ellie, the little young girl, short-haired girl, right? She's on her own. She's 14 years old. Remember that. Basically, she has not really a whole lot of people, because she says everyone I have loved has either died. Has either died or left me. And then, besides that, we can see that Ellie is infected. She's immune to being affected, meaning she can't get bitten. She can't turn into a zombie.
We have 1B. Don't go spend that all at once now.
So we can definitely see that Ellie's immune and Joel's trying to help her because, well, originally they were going to bring her to a group called the Fireflies, right? So originally, well, they technically got there, but to be honest, well, I mean, they may have gone there, but then it just ended with Joel and Ellie saying, "You ready?" And then they just left pretty much, and well, you know, we didn't hear from them again for a while, and then the Left Behind DLC came out, and then we saw some of Ellie's and her friend's perspective. By the way, her name is Riley, if y'all don't know. Riley and Ellie have like a really good... Riley and Ellie have a pretty good chemistry, pretty much. You know, they're good friends. They were kind of frenemies at first because they met in military school because her mom basically put her there. I don't remember if there was a reason why she was there. I can't remember, actually. But, however, they did meet, and then after a while, Riley, the black girl, which is Ellie's best friend, left for a while, but then, but yeah, she left, like I did say, she did leave for a while, kind of unexpected, and then Ellie was worried because, like I did say, Ellie was, well, unfortunately sad because, you know, everyone that she's cared for, or they cared for her, has either died or left me, and, well, unfortunately, it's a sad thing, and it really does happen in real life, and I'm sorry, it's tragic.
That's not what we need.
Remember, even though this is a game, think about it. If this was real life, how sad would it be? Pretty sad, huh? So basically, she hasn't seen her for weeks. It may have been only weeks, but I believe the estimated time was a full 6 to 8 weeks. And to be honest, like, dude, that's a lot of weeks, man. So then she was worried, and then Riley comes up to wake her up, like, oh, right, wake up. And then she got scared, she nearly kills her. And speaking of that, that brings me to the point where they explore an abandoned mall. And then basically they're walking around and round and round and round and stuff. And they run to a merry-go-round, and believe it or not, it comes into a brick throwing contest because the mall was about 2, 3, 4 floors tall. So basically they were sneaking by because of curfew. They couldn't really stay out too late because of, well, pretty much just because of, you know, what was happening and because of all the zombies and stuff. So they couldn't really, I'm gonna regret this. Let's go! So basically, they were going to regret it at first because they didn't want to sneak in. They were like, fuck it, we can't do it, but they did it because, well, I mean, they just wanted to get out because if you think about it, like, it was under lockdown, meaning curfew, meaning you can't really go anywhere, and if you get caught, you literally can get shot to death. It's fucking stupid, but life goes on, you know, and then towards the middle part, we can see, you know, Ellie's on her own in the mall where it's freezing cold, and for some reason Joel is in there, believe it or not. And then towards the end we can see some flashbacks about Ellie seeing Riley, and then towards I should have spin. And then basically towards the end of, like, you know, the Left Behind DLC, we can basically see that Ellie is, well, in love with, what's her name, is in love with Riley, because, well, spoiler alert, they kiss, and yeah, it's pretty surprising. Ellie is gay, and turns out they have feelings for each other. Yippee! I want to cry when I saw that scene. It just made my heart melt. I love that scene so much. Like, I'm not even kidding. That scene is so good. So thank you, Naughty Dog. But anyway, let me continue now. Now that happened, well, unfortunately, some sad news is, well, while exploring the mall, they have to run away from runners, or should I say, like, biters, or just infected, regular zombies, really. Nothing big, nothing like volatiles or something. So basically, they were running away, like I did say, and, unfortunately, well, they got their time in, they had a good time, they were dancing, they were doing arcade games. By the way, there are many trophies you can get in the Left Behind that are easy to get, but they are kind of tricky depending on, you know, how well you do at certain things. So anyway, yeah. Basically, simple as that, you know. Left Behind DLC is really good, but there is some sad news, unfortunately. Like I did say, Ellie does lose some loved ones or family. I'm gonna, spoiler alert, I'm gonna mention some people from The Last of Us Part 2 and people from The Last of Us. So she basically loses Tess. If you don't know who Tess is, she's one of the girls, or one of the young women that brought her into the quarantine zone because, well, they're trying to go to the Fireflies exactly to, well, pretty much find a cure, you know, be saviors, you know, be regular survivors, I guess, and, you know, to get out the quarantine zone and stuff. But the problem was, it was pretty hard to do that because, well, her mom was busy away in, like, the army, I'm pretty sure, and then Marlene, another woman, which is a conspiracy, which we do think it is Riley's mom. However, there is no proof of that, but that is just my opinion, however, and it is a theory. I don't exactly know if it's true or not, but if it is, then that is something to mess with. So back at the very end, we can see the love for each other, their water gun fights, there's just so much these two lovebirds have in common. It's actually cute. It's actually amazing. Now onto the sad part at the very end when they're running away. Riley does get bit, unfortunately, and everyone turns in 2 days according to Tess, because she did get bitten and she did die, but she was shot before she turned, unfortunately. So Ellie lost Tess, sort of a helper protagonist. She lost Tess, which is one of them. She lost Riley. Riley died because she was being bit, unfortunately. Thankfully, they didn't show her death scene. But I just wanted to know how they would do it, how they would show it or do it, because, well, honestly, I really liked Riley, and I think if they can, like, save one character or anything like that, they probably should have chose her. And they're probably thinking, Jonah, why? Isn't there more? However, come on. There is, but bear in mind with me now that she's lost so many people. Like, it's like if you have to pick one and one only, who are you gonna pick?
Yes, we have.
That's something to tinker with and think about, but like I did say in the beginning, spoiler alert, yes, Joel dies in the part 2. So basically, I'm gonna say a lot of characters she lost. She lost pretty much everyone. She lost her horse due to war. She lost, God, I can't even speak. So basically, she lost Joel. She lost her horse Shimmer. She lost Jesse. Yes, they killed fucking Jesse in The Last of Us Part 2, which that was pretty unnecessary. Literally, he didn't do anything and he gets shot by Abby. Speaking of that, fuck me. So basically, Abby is this muscled woman, like buff as hell, and she's one of the protagonists / antagonists. She's responsible for killing Joel. If you don't know why this death was, it is, well, because Joel saved Ellie. Oh, sorry. Joel saved Ellie from from dying to save the entire world of Wyoming, to save the entire 50 United States of America. Because she was immune, the doctors were operating on her, and Joel killed the surgeons. I know it's stupid, but like, if they hadn't found Ellie, Joel would have still been alive, and, well, the story would have been just normal. There would have been deaths, but they wouldn't have been so many deaths. Because, well, I mean, towards the middle part, like the climax, which was the turning point in a game or in a book or a reading or something, we can definitely see Ellie's anger and everything and the stress. And towards the end of The Last of Us 2, we can definitely tell she has PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. It happens to people because, well, she saw Joel's death, and yes, it was uncensored. I don't even want to. I can't even get that out of my head. He got hit in the head with a golf club, probably a driver, a 3-wood, or some big-ass club, so. It was uncensored, they showed it. I really think this death was actually pointless. I mean, I get they killed the surgeons just to save fucking Ellie. But to be honest, killing a protagonist is like, it's, oh, come on. It's just stupid. I mean, it's so idiotic to kill a protagonist. Like, he's done so many bad things. Like, come on. Let's not even talk about it. No, think about fucking Abby, bro. She did so many bad things, yet she lives. Yes, she fucking lives in the very end of The Last of Us 2. Why? Ellie wanted to kill her. Why? Because she killed Joel, the one person that she can go with for hours, days, weeks, centuries, whatever, bro. Like, that was one of the close people because, well, think about it. Before she lost Joel, Jesse, and all the other people. Oh yeah, she also lost Sam and Henry. If you don't know, Henry is an older guy with his younger brother Sam. Both their parents are dead, supposedly, because they haven't seen them in a while, which is pretty sad. Now, unfortunately, it's the same thing like Riley. Sam, the younger brother, does turn, unfortunately, and they didn't know. And he gets bit really bad, and you can see he turns. So, basically, we can tell that, you know, that we can tell Ellie really liked, we could tell that Ellie really liked Sam, which is the younger brother. But, however, there is one thing you have to think about. Ellie may be lesbian, but she can be bisexual at the same time, which means you like both genders. But to be honest, it's just, Ellie really wanted to, like, you know, have a friend because, well, towards the end of the thing, we can see Ellie and Joel chatting, and the ending was good actually, but it was kind of basic, I guess. But to be honest, Naughty Dog put a lot of effort, and to be honest, I don't know why The Last of Us 2 is getting as much hate. I mean, I get they messed a lot of things up, and to be honest, they really messed a lot of things up, and I mean, my god. But please bear in mind, it doesn't mean the game's bad, it just means the ending's bad. Like, look at Call of Duty Ghosts. The game is so good, but the ending's so bad. Literally. But unlike Modern Warfare, the ending's okay, but the game is so bad. I'm sorry. If you like... No, not Modern Warfare. Infinite Warfare. If you like Infinite Warfare, I don't know what to tell you. It's so bad, bro. Garbage. No one likes it. But, I mean, speaking of The Last of Us, it's gone way too far where basically they're giving death threats to a fucking actress. Like, they're giving fucking death threats to an actress just because she played a bad person. Her name is Laura Bailey. Why is she getting hate for a character that did so much? Yes, I literally hate that fucking character, of course, but I don't hate the voice actress. And then, to be honest, it was the same thing with a few others. It happened to the guy that played Monty in 13 Reasons Why, because, well, he raped a student, and yes, it was uncensored. They need to take that scene out. It's scrubbing the bathroom! What the fuck? Bathtub. I swear I said it right. Thai bathtub. It's the bathtub! Why does it say it's incorrect? That's stupid. Another thing. It said that! And it counted as wrong? I swear I put the U. But basically, she got death threats because, well, her character, believe it or not, she actually voiced Nadine Ross in Uncharted 4, which is pretty crazy considering Uncharted 4 and, well, basically Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us 2 were making in 2016, except The Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020, as of June 2020. But you have to bear in mind now, just because someone plays someone you don't like, doesn't mean you give them death threats. Like they say, I will hunt you down, I will kill you. And somehow they managed to actually find it somehow, like her location or something. So it was actually fucking scary. But bear in mind now that she's just acting. Like, she does not deserve this hate.
Well, that is a
To be honest, I think she deserves more credit. To play someone that you're not, it's just really hard. And if you can do that really well, I give you credit. That's just a sign of a good actor or an actress. You're just doing your job, man. If the only time you should get death threats are never, no matter what. Unless you say a racial slur. Even that you shouldn't get death threats. Unless, you know, it's white person says the N-word or a black person says, you know, beaner or something. But even that, like, it went too far, because if you were a real fan of the real making of The Last of Us, you would have just kept your mouth shut, saying nothing. Or you could have said, good job, I'm so sorry for all these death threats and whatever. Or in fact, you could have just said nothing at all. Because a woman's now probably, she's still alive thankfully, but if we lose her because someone actually hunts her down, I fucking swear, this year is so dog shit, like fuck 2020, honestly. But, back to the spoilers, sorry if it's getting off topic, but back to the spoilers, however, you know, she does live. When Ellie locates Abby in Santa Barbara, this is where we can definitely see that Ellie's stressed out, because Ellie was mad when she found out the truth of why Joel saved her, because Ellie said, literally, she was like, fuck it, Joel, why did you take me in the hospital? Because Ellie, basically, she had no point in living, because everyone that she loved or cared for has died, and unfortunately, it's true, everyone died that she loved. Her mom probably left her, there's no sign of her dad, she's an only child, pretty much, and it's just simple as that, pretty much, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? It's sad, because she had nobody, literally, just like Trevor in GTA, he had nobody. As much as we all loved him, it was a sad story for him. Same with Ellie, great characters and amazing video games. But it's sad because, well, I mean, Trevor died in GTA, but it's optional. Unlike Ellie, who lives, and Abby lives because, well, I don't know why, because Ellie was just pussy. She should have. No, I know it. It's university.
No, we don't seem to have any of
Oh, I knew it, bro. I swear. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna lose it anyway.
Will we get any help?
But bear in mind with me now that. Sorry, I think the audio went out for a minute. It's university, I'm pretty sure.
We have one team.
But bear in mind, however, just because I say The Last of Us is bad, doesn't mean like University. I lose anyway, but whatever. But to be honest, think about it. I mean, the game is really fun, but like death threat a person just because of their characters, it's sad. And then towards the end, we can see Ellie, and then along the way, Abby meets some scars. By the way, scars are like Sapphirites, you know, bad people, goons, men like that, stuff like that, pretty much. And turns out she meets two people. They meet two Asian scars, which I hate scars, but these scars were okay. I mean, you meet Yara and then you meet Lev. Lev and Yara go along the way, and then towards the end, they're actually kidnapped by some basically they were looters. They looted houses, pretty much, to be honest. That's what they literally did, to be honest. They just fucking looted houses. So somehow they managed to you know, find them, simple as that. They get kidnapped, brutally beat up, and of course Ellie, in The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie literally meets someone that, well, she meets a lesbian at the very end. At the very beginning she does, but she was married, well, engaged to Jesse, but they broke up, and then Jesse dies, and then Dina and Ellie become really close, Dina ending up pregnant, and then towards the end, they killed Yara because she was a scar, because of the, like, wolf soldiers, which is Abby's people we were handling all the time. Like, I hate scars, but to be honest, that death was also unnecessary. Joel's, it was super unnecessary, but some people agree it is necessary. Jesse, extremely unnecessary. and then basically, but Yara does get beat up by some scars really bad. Fractures her wrist like extremely bad. She has to cut it off on her hand, unfortunately. She still lives, but towards the end she does die. However, when we do rescue Lev, him and Abby are kidnapped pretty much because, well, they were gonna go to Santa Barbara, and, well, I mean, here's a little something. Unfortunately, well, they live. Lev, I mean, he's not really a good character, but yet he's not a bad character, if you know what I mean. But Abby did deserve to die for what she did to Joel. Now that's just too fucked up. Like, I can't even play golf now thinking about that. Like, shit. But to be honest, you know, that death was unnecessary, and, well, Abby was brutally beaten up. Her hair was cut, there were bruises all over her. Lev looked like he was almost dead, and then when Abby is literally fighting her, Ellie literally decides, you know what, I'm actually gonna drown her, because Abby's a tough cookie. Like, she's fucking hard to kill. Like, if this was real life, I think she'd be stronger than my dad. Like, as soon as Ellie stabs her in the chest, and because she's like a woman, woman or some shit, like, she don't got no titties, though. And then she just pushes it in so deep, but yet, when she takes it out, she's still, like...
Contestant number 3.
I mean, I couldn't click X. Basically, she couldn't, you know, click, like, I was trying to kill Abby. Because I do remember that one of the endings, because I thought there were 2 endings originally.
Contestant number 1, your chance to solve.
And by that... Oh my god, is it selling? I swear. Oh my god.
Today is not a lucky day for all of you.
Shut the fuck up.
Get ready for the toss-up.
But Abby does live, and then brutally, Abby gets her fingers cut off because Abby bites them off, like, bites them off. Oh, that actually hurt. Like, literally. So she loses her ability to play the guitar, and then Dina leaves her because she says, Ellie, I know he's gone, but fuck, don't do this shit. You're just gonna end up dead, or you're gonna end up alone. And when we go back from 2013, the original, but without the remastered edition or not, she says to Sam, the younger brother that got infected, oh, by the way, Henry shot himself because he was sad because he blamed himself for Sam's death when it wasn't his fault, but it wasn't Sam's either. He says, you know what I don't want to happen to me, man? She says, I don't want to end up alone. That's my fear. I think I'll end up alone, and I don't want that. And then Sam's like, yeah, I know. And then Sam dies the next morning, and, well, Ellie and Joel are heartbroken, and then pretty much Henry's gone, and then that's when, pretty much that is basically when Joel reconnects with his brother after over 20 years of no contact because of Sarah's unfortunate and sad death in the original version. So Abby lives, Lev lives, and Yara is completely dead. I really hope there's The Last of Us 3. I really want closure to see why. Like, I better at least, like, I literally just want Abby to be tortured, at least tortured for what she did. Like, I'm sorry if this wasn't a really spoiler video, but to be honest, I mentioned people's death and stuff, and, you know, just all of this, and to be honest, here's the thing, if you want a good game, but with a different ending, like from people's different perspectives, go buy The Last of Us Part 2. Is it expensive? Fuck yeah. When I got it, it was like $70.
Unfortunately, there are
but I mean, it's expensive as fuck. But if you really do like zombie games like Red Dead Redemption 2, The Walking Dead, Dying Light, The Last of Us Uncharted, stuff like that, go buy The Last of Us Remastered Edition for the PlayStation 4. It is literally worth it. It is so good. You have to buy it. Like, you'll definitely like it. Like I know I mentioned a lot of spoilers and deaths, but that doesn't mean the game isn't bad. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not the best, but it doesn't mean it's not bad either. Like it's good, but to a lot of people, they're disappointed. And if you're a real fan, you won't really talk shit about someone's game or ideas or beliefs or whatever, because to be honest, The Last of Us Part 2 was better than the original because we could see, because not only did we get to play as multiple characters,
Oh
experiencing
no!
different things.
900. Yes, we have some
Basically,
odds.
like, by that we got to play as Abby, we got to play as Joel, we got to play
Great
as
job.
Ellie.
That's quite a bit of cash in
And
your
we got
pocket
to
now.
see people's different perspectives of stuff. Abby with everyone else, and you know, just everything. And to be honest, and The Last of Us 2 was way longer. I liked it, but to be honest, there were a lot of deaths that really were not necessary in The Last of
600.
Us Part 2. Even the Part 1, they really shouldn't have killed Riley.
Yes, we have
The
some
only
ends.
girl, or really the only friend she actually had back in
Not bad.
back in
You've got
Boston.
quite a bit of money now.
So I mean, it's weird, but I mean, it is what it is, to be honest. And I was just disappointed in The Last of Us Part 2 ending. But please stop hating on The Last of Us 2. Like, please shut the fuck up. We know it's not the ending everyone wanted. But to be honest, how do you think it was going to end? Dina literally left her own love life just because she was going to put herself in danger. Because Ellie was going to end up alone or die anyway, but they wouldn't take another protagonist out because they already killed one of them. So why kill another? Exactly. It's shit, man.
Wow.
So
Not a
they just
single
said,
one
you know what, fuck it, let Ellie live, but let Abby live as well. No, it's like, I want justice. It may not be real, but think about it. If that person killed your dad or mom,
700.
and you let them live, would you really let them live? Unless you tortured them or something? Like, it was so
Don't go
unnecessary
and
to
spend
kill
all that at
Joel
once now. What flower
and
would you like? Yes, we
let
have
Abby
some
live.
odds.
It was so unnecessary, to be honest. But then we can also see
You've
Abby
certainly
and her
got the money.
friends,
We have one
well,
each.
died. Well, because one of them, kind of a friend of me, which really hates Abby a lot, is pregnant. I swear, Ellie literally slaughtered her so bad. Actually, no, she just
We gonna
stabbed
make it?
her, she killed the dog, and then beat
650.
Owen up with like a pipe or
Unfortunately,
some
that's
shit. Like,
not what we need.
no, and then Nora, she asked, "Where's Abby?" And then she got super mad, bro. She beat her so. She beat her ass
Yikes.
up so bad, bro.
Just didn't
It
make it this
literally was like
time.
blurred
I'm
out.
sorry.
I'm not even kidding. Like, you can see the blood splatter. And then back from 2013, from The Last of Us Remastered Edition, basically Ellie's on her own now because, well, she's lost and curious and just her mind's all over
Incredible.
the
You
place. She
landed
runs
on the
into a
1
grown man
million
named
and
David and
one.
James, basically they look like friendly people at first, but thankfully Ellie assumed something was wrong with them.
Yes, we have
Basically
some
meaning
ends.
that, well, pretty much, you know, David was a creep. He literally tried to rape her. I'm like, okay, I really don't want to see this. And out of nowhere, Ellie literally grabs a machete and beats and slices his body up like ew. And then it literally shows the like 36-inch machete like stuck in the body. And my God, the amount of blood! Holy shit! That was just crazy. Like it's sad because she got PTSD, not because of
600.
that. But it's just because of the amount of violence. I would say she probably has faced.
Yes,
She
we
she
have
couldn't
some
bear with it
seeds.
anymore. Oh wait, it's chicken spring rolls. I think I'll solve it.
Well, that is a healthy
Basically,
amount
she
of
gets really
anti-aging
stressed
strength.
out with everything. Towards the end, she says, you know, fucking, I'm just gonna go get Abby. When Dina explicitly said not to, because Dina says, I've lost people, Ellie. I don't want to lose you too, babe. Well, we lost Dina. She didn't lose me, because we lost Dina. So, actually, I'll spin. I want more money. So then, basically, Dina lives, but should she have left? No. But should have Ellie killed her, though, when she had the chance? Yes.
We have 1K.
But here's something, think about. Would you leave to go get someone? Because if you really want someone to live, I mean, if you really want justice for someone, I say go get justice. I'll be right here waiting for you, babe, man, whatever you call your husband or wife or whatever. Like, you'll be waiting there. So, I mean, if Ellie shouldn't have gone, I would make the
700.
sentence short. Ellie shouldn't have gone. I mean, to be honest, Gina shouldn't have left, but first of all, she should have just stayed home with the baby.
That's a lot of money you won.
And then, another thing we can see is basically, well, here's another thing.
It sounds like you're ready to solve. Go ahead.
Dina and the baby left. They should, if they shouldn't have left,
Wow,
Ellie shouldn't
that
have
is
gone. And then
incredible.
Tommy
How did
goes
you come
back
up
to the
with
house
that?
saying, "Why didn't you go save her?" And then Dina's like,
Are we all
"Hey,
ready
hey,
to
enough
start?
of this shit. Just go
Yes?
fuck
Well,
yourself.
let's
Get
to
out
our
of here,"
places.
basically.
I think it's time to start.
Because Tommy
Let's get
nearly
this
died.
race
He was
started.
shot in the face.
First
He
spin.
lost vision in his left eye, thankfully surviving. But it was fixed in a few months, he told Dina and Ellie. But then Tommy just storms out of there mad because his brother was literally killed in front of him as well. And then when Jesse walked in, Ellie was crying, and then Dina was at the funeral home with
600.
Ellie, and then
Yes,
Jesse
we
was
have
waiting
some
somewhere
S's.
else. And as we can tell, the story
Don't go
is
and
really
spend
sad
all that
because
at once
Joel
now.
really did lose. Oh, Ellie did really lose a lot of good people, and then I want to cry literally because Ellie's just by herself. She literally ends up all alone on an island. She says, "Just go," and Abby's like, "Okay." And then Abby literally just walks out there with scratches, blood, and
700.
shit. Ellie loses her fingers to play the guitar, and then she loses her mind. She loses Shimmer. She loses Riley. She loses Henry. She loses Sam. She loses Joel. She loses Jesse. She loses Tess. She loses everybody. Like her story. It's just tragic. It's honestly really sad, quite frankly. For what a teenage girl issued or dealt with. It's unnecessary to do that much because if we think about in today's society, a lot happens. Parents divorce, losing your pet at 1 year old, dad leaving as soon as 6 years old, mom dies of cancer. It's sad and it's just bullshit, to be honest. I know it's a game and stuff, but I mean,
If you'd like to
but to be
buy
honest,
now,
they really
we've got
need a
the cash,
squeakquel or
so
something
yes,
like
we
the
have
Left
some
Behind
deals.
DLC. I really want to know why The Last of Us 2 ending was like that. Like Ellie was trying to make peace with Joel. If he lived, Abby still would have been alive, thankfully. But if Ellie's stupid ass conscience as self
700.
didn't go, because she saved Abby from being tortured at the small beach in Santa
We
Barbara,
have one
because boats
team.
and stuff were nearby, because, well, that's when they
Good
kidnapped
job. Keep
Abby
that
and
going,
Lev.
and you'll be heading home a winner tonight.
So then basically, you know, it's just basically Ellie technically basically she saved Abby, and if she
Yes,
really
we have
didn't
some
go,
goals.
Lev would have died, which, I mean, he didn't really need to. But if Lev... But if Ellie didn't go, Lev would have been dead for sure, because he was beat up the least. Even Abby was beat up, but because she's so strong, she was tough to kill, but she was brutally beat up as well. So, to be honest, Ellie is the reason why Abby's still alive. As much as I wish we could have killed Abby, whether it's decapitation or brutally beating up or rape, okay, maybe too much, or anything
900.
like that, I really do think, okay, it's George Washington something. George Washington Bones, I don't know.
Yes, we have some G's.
But, I mean, the ending was dog shit,
That's a lot of money.
but the game
you
was
won
good.
there.
To be honest, I'm really happy about this game. But what the fuck was this ending? Naughty Dog really messed up on what happened. So, I mean, I guess to wrap up this video, my theory is basically
Yes,
we are
have
going
some
to
A's.
I think that if they do create a Last of Us Part 3, I really do think they're gonna have. They're definitely gonna have Ellie, of course. Tommy, I don't know if they will have Tommy, because when he stormed out mad saying, "Why aren't you doing this? Why is my brother fucking dead?" Then I mean, it's a good question, to be honest, because, or really a good statement, I guess.
Would you like? We have one eye.
But to be honest, Ellie should have just stayed home. Like, I really wish she could have stayed on the farm. Because from what I heard, I originally thought there were two endings. Like, if you let, like, because I was playing at Abby, and then you had to, like, sneak up on Ellie and, like, try to attack her as many times as possible. Because I thought if you die, like, Abby dies once, then you go at the farm. Abby unfortunately survives, but, like, you know, Dina is up with Ellie and the baby, and then that's it.
Yes, we have some peas.
George Washington apples, you've got to be kidding me.
Good job.
I'm solving it.
Going, and you'll be heading home a winner tonight.
Thank you. But like I did say, I really wish she could stay on that farm. To be honest, it was her fault, but it was Joel's. Joel shouldn't have done that, to be honest, because, well, believe it or not, somehow Joel's. Oh, let's go. Somehow, this might be weird, but to be honest, somehow Abby's father was a surgeon, and Joel killed her, and, like, Joel killed him in the first one, and in the second one. It makes no sense, absolute, like, whatsoever. But, I mean, we figured it out, you know. Joel shouldn't have done it, but if Tess didn't bring Joel into this, and if Joel didn't do that, and if Ellie wasn't brought up into this,
yes, we have some
then, to be honest, this game really wouldn't have been good. It probably would have been, like, boring, actually.
Wow, good job. Hang on tight.
Let me guess
That
this.
could be yours.
So basically, I mean, it would vary, but there could have been many ways. But to be honest, it just wouldn't be a good game if there weren't these characters. I know it may have not been the best ending, and literally, the ending was dog shit. I know that, but I mean, we may have lost Riley, we may have lost the Shimmer, we may have lost Dina, even though she didn't die, but she nearly did die, though.
You've got quite a bit of money now.
Because Abby was literally killing everyone. But, I mean,
700.
the unfortunate part is, I don't think there will be a Last of Us Part 3, and then if it really ends off like this, then I'll be mad. Unlike Uncharted, who's done like six games in like fucking 13 years, all being good. Far Cry, there's literally Far Cry 6, bro, and it's actually good. So why not make, and it's way longer than GTA Story Mode. It's probably the longest story mode I know, other than like GTA, Last of Us Part 2, and other stuff. So I mean, I don't care how long it takes, but Naughty Dog, if you see this, please make another, oh my god, literally, please make another Last of Us, or at least make a Last of Us DLC for the Last of Us Part 2. Like, please, we need closure, or at least something. Like, please, it seriously cannot end off like this. Like, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, honestly, it's just, I really don't get everything that happened, but if there were no deaths, then it really wouldn't have been good at all. It just wouldn't have been the way it is. So sorry if this video was long, sorry if it was boring, sorry if it was dry, sorry if it was anything but good. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like. But yes, I am serious. If they really do a part 2, I swear I'm actually going to be happy.
Contestant number 1, go ahead.
But thank you so much to all your support, guys, for The Last of Us Part 2. Even though if you only watched it for 6 minutes or 1 minute, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. You know, y'all are the best, actually. Like, thank you so much for all your support. Super Mario 3D World's being uploaded. I really wanted to quit because the 8-5 or 6, no, the 7, I was so fucking pissed I couldn't finish that level, bro. I lost like 30 lives trying to get a stamp, which are completely pointless. But, however, I am going to do Super Mario 3D World. I don't know. I think it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm actually kind of tired. So this video might be uploaded around 11:30, 12, 1, or even 2 in the morning. So, I mean, I do get notifications saying, oh, good job, nice video, when it's like 3 in the morning. And you're wondering, why am I up so late? Well, I'm not. It's because when I check my phone for emails and stuff, I see, like, posted at 3:28, that person commented that, I mean, like, ooh, that voice crack. Like, I respond to,
Contestant number 3,
like, everyone's comment unless I'm busy, and I do know and if I haven't responded to your comment, I apologize, but, I mean, I will definitely like your comment, and I'll heart your comment, as always. Thank you so much for watching this video on my opinion on Last of Us Part 2 spoilers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I can get the thumbnail of The Last of Us. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry, but I will do my very best. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like on it, comment, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful night, and I don't know when this will be uploaded. Super Mario 3D World, I'm gonna finish next week. Today is Sunday, about 10 o'clock. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get off in a few minutes, actually. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will still post Super Mario 3D World. I don't know if I'll do the castle today, because, well, I'm gonna have to be off in about 10 minutes, and I'll have to, like, pee and use the bathroom and, you know, stuff like that before I go to bed, so, yeah. Yeah, I can game during the week, just, maybe if I don't have anything during advisory, I might work out, or relax or something, so I don't know, because I don't want to, like, be lazy or something, so, yeah. Thanks for watching, have a good night, and peace out. I'll, inform you guys and let you know, about school and stuff, and yeah, I'm back in school, if y'all know. Thanks for watching, have a great night, and thank you so much for being patient with me, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.